guys, welcome on back into the channel. This is Faith, the course for the divine faith, and welcome to your doom. Just kidding. On today's reading, what you're going to do, I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys you already know the drill whenever it pertains to this. Okay, I do have three piles, with 3 crystals sitting on top of this, but the purpose of this video was simply that I felt pulled to do this video today. It doesn't matter what else I've been doing, what else I did, what else I was posting. At that point, it didn't matter because I totally felt the energy of, okay, you know what? You need to put this out there because obviously there's something in there that you guys need to know. And then on top of that, with me studying more about astrology and rulership, I also was looking up this morning what exactly is ruled by spirituality, and spirituality based off a book, or the spiritual, your higher purpose, is ruled by Pisces, very Neptune. So pretty much 12th house energy. So it's very fitting that I was being led to do a video in terms of, you know, you were led to spirituality to release what exactly, because that's normally what happens when you think about it. A lot of people may get into spirituality during a 12th house year, or a lot of people may get into spirituality after a breakup, which normally is how it happens. You lose something, then all of a sudden you're feeling pulled to come towards spirituality. And it doesn't mean in a sense to be in the spiritual realm. It can simply just be to figure out what your purpose is. Okay, so I definitely felt drawn to do this sort of video. So enough of me talking. Of course, if you don't, like I said, if you haven't been here before, then damn it, welcome. I hope that you like the video. But if you do like the video and you like what you hear and you want to hear more from me, then make sure that you like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Okay, I also have a website as well that has like a lot of cool stuff on there, so you can always go, you know, scourge through that, or however the word is. Okay, so of course, like I said, there's 3 piles. I have this citrine, which is heavy as hell, let's be honest. Okay, I have this citrine stone right here. This is for pile 1. So if you feel drawn to citrine, there you go. And then I have this, it's pretty much a cluster. If I'm not mistaken, I think this would be, I think it was clear quartz, and then it was dyed to kind of like give this very kind of like aqua color, which I'm just always, you know, infatuated by this crystal, honestly. You know, if I could carry it in my pocket, if it wasn't so damn heavy, I would. But this is probably about 2 pounds, honestly. Anyway, and then we have the black tourmaline. Nope, black obsidian. This is the black obsidian stone. Okay, so of course, like I said, so take a few seconds, okay, whichever pile you feel drawn to, then you can go ahead and click the timestamps, which I will post in the comments if somebody doesn't beat me to it. But hey, whatever, let's get started. All right, pile 1s, if you chose the citrine crystal, then this reading can be for you. Of course, if you feel drawn to more than one pile, then you do what you feel is necessary. Okay, so like I said, we're going to take a look at the cards and pretty much see you were drawn to spirituality to release what exactly. All right, so I have a couple tarot cards and I also have a few oracle cards. All right, so I'll just go in order. We have the Chariot. We have the King of Pentacles. We have the 10 of Wands. We have the 2 of Wands. In this pile, I'm getting a strong energy that you moved, possibly impulsively. I don't know exactly where you moved to. I'm getting something tied to West Virginia, Idaho. The Florida Keys is coming through as well. It doesn't have to be in the United States. It could even possibly be another country. I'm getting definitely Scotland, Denmark. Okay, definitely the Europe, the Europe area. Excuse me. Okay. Anyway, let me put the rest of these down. I have a past life card as well. Yep, as I just said, I feel like some of you guys, you definitely moved. It's this running away type of energy that's coming through for pile 1s. Especially, this is the energy here when going gets tough, you immediately pack up your things and now you're ready to relocate to a new city, a new place, a new area. Also, I see group 1s have a shopping problem. I'm getting a definite impulsive spending, buying type of person. Whenever, well, some of you guys, you impulsively went out and bought a car. Or it's not like you go out and impulsively buy something from like the dollar store or something like that. You go out and you impulsively buy big purchases, but you use that in a term of like some sort of like a blanket. Or some of you guys maybe even have some type of stuffed animal. I'm feeling like something tied to a giraffe. So there was some type of stuffed actual animal, not like a teddy bear, but an actual animal that you had as a child. So in a way, these big purchases replace that feeling that you got from that animal that you had whenever you were younger. And I also am getting with Power Ones, you have a nice speaking voice, or you may be able to sing. Some of you had possibly a bad experience when it pertains to the music industry or something that you wanted to do where you wanted to use your voice. I also feel like in this particular group that you had braces as a kid, or there was something tied to dental work or the teeth period that you were very subconscious or even bullied about whenever you were younger. You know, so there's this energy here where, you know, it doesn't take that much to trigger you, because you may definitely be surrounded by people, or you are surrounded, or you were, or doesn't matter, surrounded in a community where it just reminds you of what you had to go through whenever you were younger. Okay. But even in terms of like, what are you needing to release? Are you releasing what exactly? Again, I get this energy here, the need to move, always change your identity, always relocate. And this definitely may have happened. You know, even though I get the energy of like a relationship with this Chariot energy, I actually don't feel like it's a romantic relationship. It feels like a father. You may have Cancer, Capricorn, or heavy Virgo placements in your chart, or this may be the person or the father figure of yours where it's been a lot of difficulty. Some of you have still been searching for your father now, so it gives me a vibe as well where it's almost just like, you know, they'll come to you. If they're really bothered, if they're really wanting to find you, find out who you are, or get to know you better, they'll come to you. Because some of you definitely need to release this energy, or you were led to spirituality to release the energy of always blaming yourself for why things end. Because I really do get a vibe as well of like a low self-confidence or a low self-esteem, but it doesn't show in the way you dress. You may dress nice, or you may use dressings. I feel like that's totally a medieval type of energy. But some of you guys, you may use dressings in a way to cover up these insecurities of this low self-esteem. So you may be flashy when it comes to money, or you may possibly be flashy when it comes to your house. Definitely when it comes to car, because I feel like you want a pretty like nice ticket item car. Okay. I mean, Volvos can get pretty expensive. So some of you may even possibly drive a Volvo. Okay, or this person in particular that you keep looking for them to find you, or keep looking for them to reach out. They may definitely drive a Volvo or a German type car, for a foreign car. If you live in the States, then this car could definitely be foreign. But anyway, I always do that, sorry. It's weird because, yeah, I don't even know what that car is that always drives by in the morning. Anyway, loosen your grip. See, that makes sense what I said. Some of you guys have to stop. You need to release the idea or the thought that everything is your fault. I see a lot of you guys also taking a lot of things personally. That's why I say I don't really feel like it takes much to trigger you, because you're already in that energy of being defensive. Some of you guys are also still blaming yourself for the ending of a relationship. But I hate to break it to you, the way this person is coming across, they're coming across as the King of Pentacles in a way. This is just the way I'm picking it up intuitively. So he's not really bothered. It's like, okay, sure, yeah, whatever. You know, they're not spewing over this ending like you are. And like I said, rather it be a father, a parent, it could be, you know, a friend for some of you guys. Some of you, it could even possibly be a roommate, because for some of you, whoever this resonates for, you were in a particular roommate type of situation, and like this person left you high and dry, but immediately you go to the energy of, okay, maybe it was something that I did wrong. So then here you go, you're contemplating. Okay, you are pretty much driving yourself up the wall, trying to put the pieces together in terms of, okay, maybe I said this, maybe I said that. It's total a blame game all the time when it comes to you, whenever you lose anything. So in terms of you being drawn to spirituality, it's pretty much, you know, like your angels want you to let that go. Because how can you control the way somebody else is going to react? You can't do anything about that. You can only control what you can control. You know, and even with the loosening your grip, some of you guys have a serious issue with abandonment. Not just that, but you have a serious issue when it comes to you become like codependent. It's very unhealthy, the attachments that you make. Yeah, dust devil, move out of stagnation. We have the literal devil energy, so that makes sense. The obsessing. Yeah, I feel like you have serious control issues. That's what you need to release. Some of you also need to not be so afraid to travel, because I kind of get that vibe as well. Some of you guys are totally afraid to travel more because you may have been in some sort of motor vehicle accident whenever you were, could be 17, because the age of 17 is coming through. There's also an energy here as well that some of you guys get way too obsessed too soon when it pertains to love. And you don't let it happen, naturally, organically. It's like you're trying to force love or force a relationship because it's something that you don't have. But I really feel like that you're doing that because you're trying to find this person again. And some of you, like I said, this could totally be your father, especially if your father did pretty well for his age. But in a weird way, I kind of get this vibe for some. I see this energy of like your father running away from you. And you're not going to be able to understand, nor will you get an answer when it pertains to why they left, why they ran away. And some of you have to stop trying to spew over getting that answer. Even if you talk to this person now, stop trying to get the answer. They're not going to give you what you need. Okay? Because now I'm hearing the energy like, time's up. So it seems like, number one, you're still wanting to put energy into this particular situation. But number two, you don't necessarily know how to accept the bail when your time is up. And then you try to obsessively hold on by even possibly like bringing this person things, always being readily available whenever they need you, even after the breakup. How can they possibly grow if you're mommying them or daddying them, whatever it is? But all you're trying to do is you're trying to fill a void that you still are seeking answers for, but you're doing that through other people. Some of you guys are doing this through your children. Some of you also may have lost some sort of a lawsuit, or this could be the energy here as well of falling into debt because of having to leave behind some type of relationship. Some of you guys, I feel like you moved to a different state or a different country for a relationship and it didn't work out. So now it's almost just like you're not really yourself. You're like a shell of yourself in a manner because you're still trying to navigate through like, how the hell did that even happen? It's like you can't get past the fact that it didn't work. So again, that's where the obsession energy comes from. But also, I ain't gonna lie, some of you guys, you resort to your emotions, tears, to manipulate the other parties whenever it's not going your way, whenever you don't necessarily get what you want, especially when it pertains to love. And I almost get this vibe as well. Some of you, whenever you were dating, whenever you were younger, boy, there were some red flags just even from your own self in terms of how you handled that relationship or how you handled the breakup. And some of you may possibly still be stuck in that energy, and that could possibly be the guilt that's overtaking you. You could think back on it after growing up and be like, oh my God, how could I even do that to this person? Why would I even be that way? So some of you, your guilt is overtaking you. And that goes back to me talking about that. You can't always take the blame for everything. Granted, yes, accountability, I'm all for that. Those of you who already know what it is, I'm all for that. But some of you, you're taking the accountability for yourself and also for them as well. And that's not helping. Even if some of you guys are in a connection with somebody like this, you take the accountability off of them so they don't have to be held responsible, or they don't have to own up to their mistakes because you're going to do it for them. You are not their parent. And I definitely feel like some of you guys, you are like that in relationships, hence why they're not working. Boom, options, okay? The indecisiveness. Some of you are also very, very confused about your career. You want to be the King of Pentacles, but right next to the King of Pentacles, you have the 10 of Wands. You can't figure out which career suits you because you are trying to go in way too many directions. You're going to have to narrow it down. But some of you guys, you get bored easily, and that's why you struggle to narrow this down, okay? And then it's almost like you always want to return back to the past. So if you leave a particular career thing behind, then let's say 2 to 6 months later, then there you go. You're trying to revive it again. And you keep doing this cycle over. Some of you guys have been doing this with something in particular for like the last 7 years. It's been a constant pick up, drop, pick up, drop, pick up, drop. Even if you move to different cities or different states, it's the same thing. Pick up, drop, pick up, drop. Speaking of pick up and drop, I just heard something about a drop off when it pertains to children. So those of you who have kids, it doesn't seem like that you and their parent are getting along right now, but I definitely feel like that there's still hurt there. It could be that this person may not even be taking care of their responsibilities. So for you, it's just, you may be feeling like it's deja vu. Like, this is exactly what I tried to prevent from happening. But it goes back to my original point. You're so adamant about trying to control what you can't control. It's sending you backwards. It seems like there's a stagnation here. Even though to me, the Chariot, oh, I should have moved this over, sorry. Even though the Chariot to me is all about forward movement, you're not really moving forward right now. Because for some reason, you feel like you have an obligation to clean up shit from the past. Okay? Losing your coping mechanisms, density, addiction, let God in. Yeah. But I also get this vibe as well. Speaking of that energy, some of you were led to spirituality to release definitely unhealthy habits. But I also get this vibe as well. Some of you were led here to, it kind of gives me this energy like a non-believer. So you get drawn to spirituality so that you can go back to what your core is. Some of you guys, you may be, Christians and may come from, Catholicism, Buddhism, whatever. It's almost like spirituality pulled you in so that you can see the light in a way. And go back to what you know. It doesn't mean going back to the church and being all engrossed in all the things that the church has to deal with. But it's almost like going back to what God wanted you to be. And some of you have definitely lost your way on a path towards finding enlightenment. But it's almost just like sometimes God will lead you someplace to pull you back to where you need to be. You know, however you want to identify God, universe, it doesn't matter to me, okay? But that totally gives me the vibe. Because in a way, with the King of Pentacles, it kind of gives me like a watcher. Some of you guys are definitely being watched over by this angel. It is a guy. I don't know why I want to say Ethan, but I don't know if maybe their name in English means Ethan. Or their name in English translates to Ethan. Either way, I feel like whoever this protector of yours is, they don't necessarily have a English name. It seems pretty hard to pronounce. That's why I say I feel like that their name translates to like an Ethan or something like that. But anyway, and I also feel like that this guy is older. They're always watching, always standing by, but they're always watching and standing by because they know eventually you're going to figure it out. So when it pertains to this particular group, and then even with the spirit of the river movement towards adventure, I honestly don't see you staying in the spiritual realm for a long period of time. This feels like a phase, honestly, that you're going through. Even with the number 50, we have a lot of fives here. Well, these cards here, we have the number 50, we have the number 15, fives changes. But even outside of that, you need to release the way you talk to yourself because it's not really kind. But that goes back to this 10 of Wands energy. And I think that the issue for you is, it's time to move on. Even if, like I said, even if it's not about love, it's just a matter of move on towards something that flows easier with your heart space. But it's like, how do I get started? But that's okay. This watcher, this protector of yours, they'll lead you to the right path. You just have to, number one, trust in yourself, and you have to let go of this regret type of mindset. If I make a decision, then I'm going to regret it. And that's what's holding you back. Some of you guys have been in the same spot for 7 years. That's why I said it's too stagnant. However, this protector of yours, he doesn't care if he has to wait 50 years. It's almost like he had an assignment to stand by. It may not necessarily feel like sometimes that this person is there, but they're there. But sometimes they had to take the foot off the gas to get you to understand. That's what I'm feeling, okay? Spirit of the river, movement towards adventure. You need to have more fun, but I feel like that goes back into the matter of let go of control. And I ain't gonna lie, some of you have always struggled with responsibility. Not in terms of like, you know, admitting mistakes, could be, but it feels like a responsibility in terms of bills, budgeting, taking care of your finances. So you need to release these bad spending habits, which is what I was picking up on before, you know. But anyway, I've talked enough. So group 1, this has been your reading on, you know, what you need to release after you've been led to spirituality. I hope it helps, and see you later. Welcome on in, group 2s. If you picked this nice cluster, like I said, I'm pretty sure the lady said that they dyed this to make it look like this. She was like, it did not come out of the earth like this. Like, of course it didn't. But anyway, so if you picked this crystal or this geode, then this reading could be for you. Of course, if you feel drawn to pick more than one pile, then you do that, Glen Coco. But anyway, let's see. 5 of Wands. Oh, let me move this over because you probably can't see that well. 5 of Wands. Man, the group 1 got King of Pentacles too. Lovers. The Death card. This is the group I'm getting. A lover changed their mind. And for you, you can't wrap your mind around, like, how do you just change your mind? How do you just wake up one day and all of a sudden you just don't want to do it? You know, I posted about it earlier today. Growth has no set time, no set date, no set hour, second, or minute when it happens. Sometimes it literally may just happen like that. But some of you, you're almost just like, well, that's bullshit. You're like, that doesn't make any sense. You know, you may be under the impression that growth is supposed to be this slowly gradual thing, but that's not the case for everybody. Some people can be in a period of no growth and then boom, pop. The next day is just like, okay, I'm ready to do this. I'm changing everything. You know, and for you, it's almost just like you can't grasp that concept. You may be a Taurus yourself, or you may be someone where your energy is not necessarily slow, but you may be a gradual, get to the point, slowly get to where I'm supposed to be type of person. So it could definitely be that energy of automatically assuming that everybody's supposed to operate in the same manner. And then when they don't, here comes your shutdown. Okay. I got a lot of tarot cards in group 2. Yes. Booyah. Five of Wands again. Yikes. Okay. 5 of Wands. Your need to fight. I also do feel like some of you struggle when it comes to authority figures. So you have to release this need to, like, fight with people that are only trying to help you. Because I feel like that some of you guys do that. You know, you automatically assume that people are out to get you. So here's this fight or flight type of energy. You know, but even with this 5 of Wands energy here, I'm getting something tied to boundaries. You know, you need to release these very shoddy, very elementary school type of boundaries that you have when it pertains to people, places, things, ideas, whatever. What is that, a verb? Yes. Okay. But also there's a group of people that you need to let go of. You know, I also get this vibe as well. You come into workplace situations always thinking that these people are your friends, not realizing that, you know what, they're showing up for a job to do. Yeah, I might conversate with you, but it doesn't necessarily mean that we are friends. And some of you guys, you fall into that trap every time. But I also feel like a lot of you guys, you change jobs a lot, especially with that lover's energy here, because you don't necessarily know what you're passionate about. But your release is to figure out. Some of you guys, it's almost just like you're trying to make moves or strides in the beauty industry, telecommunications, mass media, PR type of lane. And honestly, I do get this vibe that you're meant to release that. Because I'm only saying that because the energy coming through is almost just like people are going to be too prone to cross your boundaries, and you're not really going, and you're going to be, either you're going to always fight these people or you're just not going to do anything about it at all. So it's almost just like this is a career that's going to stir up a lot of anger within you. It's not a career that's going to bring you the peace that you're looking for. But it also could be a vibe as well of public recognition. That's what you're seeking. That's what you're looking for. And not saying that it's a bad thing, but it can become a bad thing whenever it eats away at who you are at the core. And I see some of you may definitely be authors, writers, but it feels like you need to start over. Because your idea, whatever this is that you wrote about, is not flowing. So you may end up putting that out there on paper, and then you won't necessarily get any sort of traction, because the place where you, like the heart space where you wrote it from, is not aligned. Booyah. See, that makes sense. 5 of Swords. You need to release the idea of thinking that everyone's opinion should be considered. Now, I'm not saying that some people's opinions who are literally trying to sit there and help you shouldn't be considered. But some of you guys, as soon as you hear something different, then there you go. Now you're questioning yourself again. Even if you were moving in the right direction to a place where you feel like, okay, I'm feeling more comfortable. But now as soon as somebody says something, here you go. Now you're going back into, your overthinking phase. Okay, again, 5, so 5, a 5, a 5, a 4. Some of you also, your release comes from releasing the battle when it comes to your family. Some of you live with your family members. Could be I feel like some of you guys are possibly still living with somebody who you have kids with, but there's not really a relationship. It has ended. It could have ended in Gemini season. Could have possibly ended in Virgo season, but you and this person are still living together. And I'm not saying it's necessarily a bad thing, but the reason why this situation is not working, like I said, lack of boundaries, lack of trust, and the energy of you're going to too many people to try to see if somebody can help you like work this out. Like too many people know your relationship business. That's why it's not working. Okay. But even still with this, it's like some of you guys are also struggling to sleep over what's going to happen with this particular situation. Even with this 5 of Swords energy here, I'm getting detachment. It kind of gives it the vibe like you're coming in like a tornado, and then here you go with the 5 of Wands. I'm battling, and then boom, I'm leaving. It's unhealthy. It's unhealthy the way you fight. Some of you guys, you need to release the idea that a conversation automatically is an argument or it's an attack on your character. You're too defensive, and it's hard for anybody to even communicate with you. But I also see this vibe. You're very passionate, and I can't sit up here and knock you for that. You're very passionate, but it's displaced. It's like the wrong place, wrong time. Some of you have definitely showed your ass in public settings because of this 5 of Swords and 5 of Wands type of energy. Like it comes across like it doesn't matter. You need to know right now how you've pissed me off. It's not the time or the place. Okay? Some of you, may have Leo placements, or you could be a Leo sun. You could even possibly be a Virgo or Gemini Mercury. Okay, I said Taurus sun as well. We also do have Scorpio placements. You don't have to be a Scorpio sun, but you could be. But Scorpio placements, Plutonian energy. Your Pluto, if you know your natal chart, your Pluto may be making an aspect to your Mars. So that makes sense. I mean, some of you, maybe you could have been somewhat of like a boxer. You could have maybe been maybe a dancer into extreme sports, or you could be into CrossFit, or that could be something that maybe you could get into to help balance this energy of anger. Because you're just so angry, you're so pissed off. That's why you were led to spirituality, to release this anger, to be mad at everybody, even people that don't do anything to you. You just want to fight. And it could become from a place of you feeling like that nobody really ever, booyah, Jesus Christ. We have the Mars energy in this Oracle card. The Great Severing, Mars energy, anger, conflict, softening to love. Who the hell can love you with this? It's going to be kind of hard. And that could be also why some of you guys, the people who, you know, left you behind or broke up with you, that may be the main reason, but they didn't want to let you know because they ain't sitting up here trying to get beat up or not trying to get cussed out. Or you may retaliate in a Mars type of manner. It doesn't matter. Something about, was it martial arts, jujitsu? You may have did this as a child, but even with this, well, knives, because knives are ruled by Mars. Some of you guys, you know what? Your path is that of cooking. I get that. Some of you, not everybody. I totally get cooking, culinary school, baking, anything that requires measurements in some type of a manner. Athletics. Some of you guys, you're like ridiculously athletic. Some of you guys also may be kind of tall. So especially if you're a female, so you may possibly feel like that. And that may be where the anger comes from. Because of the fact of you being tall, you may feel like that you get overlooked when it pertains to love because, you know, of your height. You can't change that. Seriously, you just were born that way. But that, some of you have got nose jobs, or you may be thinking about getting something done to your nose because you just don't feel that. You feel like that you're not attractive to the opposite sex. So that goes back to that energy here of you feeling overlooked. Okay? But even whenever somebody looks your way, you can't be mean. You know, it's almost like your first impression comes off as Mars energy. But even outside of that, some of you, my God, you fall in love fast. But I don't necessarily feel like it's love, it's lust. And that is the situation here. That's why it's a wake up and like, I don't want to do this anymore because the lust is gone. And you still don't understand that. And again, some of you, that could also be why this situation with your child's father or child's mother didn't work out. You guys are toxic. You won't stop fighting. They don't need to see that. But for you, you're afraid of what people are going to think. You're afraid of the fact that, oh my God, I have these kids and we didn't make it work or we didn't get married or whatever like that. You know, I must suck as a person. No, that doesn't necessarily mean that. But this does feel like a lustful type of situation that came through. Because I also do feel, especially if this was a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. But anyway, but some of you guys, it's like you had a choice to pick somebody else, but you didn't want them because the lust wasn't there. You were looking for the butterflies and you got the butterflies. Yeah, you got that. Booyah, reconciliations. That's why I said, those of you who are living together with somebody still and there's no relationship, you're trying to reconcile this situation. I'm getting traveling nurses. So some of you could be going into the medical field, or that is your lane, the medical field, helping people, surgeon, what is it? Orthopedist. I don't know what the foot doc, is that right? I don't know what the podiatrist, Lord Jesus, podiatrist. Some of you guys may need to go to those particular doctors in those specialties because you may be having health issues and you've been having them since like 2015, but you won't take your ass to the doctor. But even with this kind of gives me a vibe of, honestly, I get a weight. Those of you where you chose this lust over this person from the past, there will be an opportunity where this person, whoever they are, that you rejected, there's an opportunity that they will actually come back around. Some of you, it could be an opportunity for you and this person not to live together anymore. And this could be what will help the situation. But then again, will this Mars energy still be there in this relationship? You know? But some of you still want to be back even with this Mars. Even some of you guys still want to be back with this fire sign. Where it was just lust. Oh, you may have had a lot of sex anywhere. Okay. Some of you guys, this is in relation to education. You want to go back to school. But I don't feel like you're going to go back to school for that program that you quit from. It feels like you're supposed to go in a different direction. But also with Mars, Aries, that's like makes you think a pioneer, a leader. That's the, you're, I hate to say it. Some of you guys with this heavy Mars energy, you come across like a bully. You know, it's like always interjecting. Even whenever people didn't ask you for how you feel about something, you feel like it's my duty to say something. It's my duty to correct you if you're wrong. No. And some of you definitely do that with authority figures. You know, that's why the clash is happening. We have travel. You need to constantly be in movement. Walk, run, do something. You don't need to sit in the house because you spew. So, you know, you need to release this inactivity, this lazy type of energy sometimes that you get into. And there's nothing wrong with being lazy sometimes, but this group, you get into lazy periods for like a long period of time, months. And it's almost just like, what the hell is going on? Even though you have this Mars energy on your side, it kind of gives me a vibe like once you burn out, you burn out big time. And you need to find a way to curb that down. And then even with this High Priestess energy here, some of you may have growing hands. Like you may be good at gardening, doing something when it pertains to herbs, even with the High Priestess. This makes me, I don't know why. I don't know if mediumship is connected to Mars. I don't think so. But some of you guys, I'm getting you being some sort of mediums, mystics. You also have the power to help other people connect with their loved ones, or you also have the power to bring other people back together. So you could be a good counselor. You know, like if, prime example, the shit that you're going through, you are really good at helping other people sort through this problem. You just can't do it yourself. So, so anyway, but it's not bad. 59, another 5. Yeah, there will come a time where you'll be able to have a conversation with the reconciliation type of energy, but it's not with this Mars I don't see it. You know, it may definitely be an air sign or a water sign where you could have this reconciliation with. But if this person is heavy, heavy, heavy fire, it ain't happening. I don't feel like you guys are going to get back together. It's just too toxic. Anyway, so group 2, that was your reading. I hope you enjoyed it and see you later. Hello, group 3. Welcome to your reading. If you picked the black Obsidian stone, then this is a very good clearing your energy, ridding of negativity type of stone. That's why I love to have it. Now, this one I can fit in my pocket. Those other 2 is too heavy. But anyway, so yes, let's look at your cards and see why were you led to spirituality to release what? Oh, Wheel of Fortune. Hey, this is a really good reading. I think this is gonna be a good reading. The Wheel of Fortune, the Ace of Wands, the Ten of Swords. I told you, I felt like I was gonna give you a good reading. Those of you who chose group 3, I do feel like that you're gonna have a pretty good financial status. Like, I feel like you're going to be the breadwinner in your household, whether you are together with somebody or you are not. Especially if you are a Libra, Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising, or have Virgo placements or Gemini, okay? You're an intellectual. So you're very smart. You're very studious. Some of you guys are very well traveled, okay? So the energy coming through in terms of what you were needing to release, death. Somebody passed away. It's an elder on your mother's side. And this one really bothered you because maybe at one point you and this person had a good relationship and something transpired where you didn't have that good relationship anymore. But also I do feel like that this group, some of you women struggle with PCOS. Fertility issues are very, very strong with this group. And you are in this energy sometimes where you feel like, you know what, why am I being punished? What did I do to deserve this energy of me not being able to conceive? You know, because I do feel like that you will try again, probably this month, if you're not trying already, for those of you that are older, or you'll be trying over the course of the next 1 to 15 weeks. I know that's a big gap, but 15 weeks is like what? Like almost 4 months. Okay. Yeah, because even this hair, for some reason, it gives me fertility. But fertility doesn't have to mean baby. It could definitely just mean abundance. You were led to, some of you guys are led to spirituality after some type of failed project, business, or career situation. Oh, yeah, some of you may even possibly been in the public eye, or there was something very public that transpired in your life, and it led you to a dark place. Some of you guys, like, you didn't want to come out of your room, but I really feel like this is revolving around something on how you used to make money, or like I said, whatever this whatever this reputation was of yours, it was like tarnished, ruined. I feel like some of you guys may have came from like a background that may have possibly been very religious, very strict, very kind of like follow this path, and you may have gotten pregnant at a young age. Like 16, 17, like literally probably before you graduated high school or right after, you know? So there's this disappointment energy that constantly sits with you, feeling like I disappointed my family, you know, by making the decision that I made. Some of you guys, the energy here is you're trying to live up to your mother or your father's expectations. You're always looking for this person to sign off on something that you're doing. And whenever they don't, you feel like that you're just not good enough. You feel like what you want to do is a bad thing or something. But that's not true. They may not necessarily be able to understand what you're trying to do because they're stuck in their ways. What can you do about that? You know, even with the Ace of Wands, some of you have a tongue piercing. Some of you guys have a lot of piercings, and I kind of do get this vibe where it's almost like if your piercings haven't closed, I see you taking these out soon. Yeah, it's not going to take years because you're going to be transforming big time, especially with the Wheel of Fortune there. Okay, we have Jupiter energy coming through. So, and also another thing as well, you need to release this energy of thinking that you're going to be young forever. Because some of you guys, you are like, that may reflect on your mentality, but I feel like this is in regards to like love, relationships, dating. That energy of feeling like that you're still the same person or you still look the same way that you did 10, 12 years ago. Like, no. You know, and some of you, there's this energy here where there may be a fear of getting old or there may be a fear of dying. So, you know, it's that energy here where you don't really, you may not go for adventure. But without a doubt, death scares you, so it keeps you from doing a lot of things. So you know how they have movies and stuff like that, or you see on the news, like, person unfortunately fell on a ride collapsed. As soon as you see that, you're just like, nope, I'm never going to an amusement park again. Okay? You're like that person, almost just like, you'll follow the same path forever instead of taking a risk because you don't want to threaten your stability. And where's the fun in that? I mean, I'm not saying threaten your stability, but some of you, but this group, the energy coming through is almost like you need to have that type of fuck it in your system sometimes because it makes for a good time. Okay? But outside of that, Queen of Pentacles, some of you in this group lost your mother. But I also feel like some in this group, you don't have the best relationship with your mom. That's why there's this energy. You're always seeking her approval. Some of you guys are raised by single mothers, or you are a single mother yourself, and now you just feel like, oh my God, I failed myself because I just did the same thing that I said I wasn't going to do. Well and Orca Elder, share your song, frequency of sound, diving deep. Booyah, transmuting pain. I already said I sense some fertility or medical issues when it talks to pancreas, kidneys in this group that you need to... some of you could take a natural route, honestly, and that may definitely help you. Others of you, you may have to go to the doctor. Everybody's not going to be able to do the same thing because everybody's body's not the same. Transmuting pain. Well, some of you guys, I apologize in advance, but some of you guys, for some reason, those of you who have like not that great of a relationship with your mom, there's this energy here where you feel like you were doomed in the womb. Because like there's this energetic energy that maybe you always felt where you question if your mom even wanted you here or not. It's up in the air. I can't say yes or no, to be honest, but I can see where the question comes from. Yeah, a four, definitely. Feminine energy, mother, even children. Some of you won't have children out of choice because it's like, I don't want them. The fear of me doing the same thing to them that was done to me, I just can't fathom that. So I understand that too. Wow, you have whales again. Man, you're going to live a long life. I mean, I'm just saying. You're going to live a long life. You're going to have like a lot of experiences. And that's what I feel like is a big thing as well. You may have heavy Scorpio in your chart, or you may be a heavy water sign, definitely. Because there's this constant energy here of changeability. Feels like heavy, again, like the second group, I picked up Pluto energy. But for you, it's strong, boy, my God. Or some of you guys, you're dealing with this type of character. Well, song resonating. Yeah, something wasn't resonating with your spirit anymore. And again, I totally feel like it's a job. It's a path that you chose. Some of you want to be in the music industry. Again, it came up in group 1 too. Or you want to be some sort of an artist. But you're going to have to dig deep. Right now, you're creating on a surface level type of energy. And people can feel this. It's like, where's the feeling behind this? Some of you are going to have to go deep into this crevice energy here with this fool's embrace. You're going to have to go there. Because I honestly, like I said, I see you having a good financial status. I mean, I really do. Out of all the groups I saw, yeah, the King of Pentacles. But for you, I see it here. Some of you will definitely be able to retire early. Like, seriously, like no bullshit. Because angels, at one point, you used to be an ancestor. That's why you're so wise. You have like a lot of wisdom. And that's why I say I see this energy of when I was talking about before, of like this long life. So you're going to have like a lot of experiences where, a teacher. You'll be some type of teacher or some sort of author. But I feel like, again, you were led here to release doubt, this disbelief, you know, especially with these butterflies energy here. And then we have this snake wrapped around her with the Wheel of Fortune. And then we have the whale energy. Oh, I just realized this. Some of you, well, this group, you may be heavily into the metaphysical, the spiritual realm. So you're the only group here where you pretty much, spirituality led you to release the hurt so that you can help others. So you're supposed to be some sort of spiritual teacher because guess what? You were an ancestor in your past life. You were the, like, not the watchdog, but you watched over someone in particular, or quite a few people in particular. So you came down to earth in this lifetime to pretty much take this of what you learned, your wisdom, your high frequency, because this group is operating at a high frequency. Like, there's a lot of light coming through this particular group. Okay. That's why I said water. If you heard my intro about the spiritual higher purpose being tied to Pisces, so I wouldn't be surprised if you have Pisces or Sagittarius energy in your chart, since also Jupiter, traditionally speaking, is Pisces and Sagittarius. But either way, I mean, I'm feeling that's why I said before, I feel like this is going to be a really good reading, because I could just tell, you know, you heal with your classes, sessions, and seminars. I'm getting a doula, a midwife. You have healing hands. You're supposed to use your hands, because the energy to you, you're just like, these are just hands, whatever. But also, some of you guys, people may compliment you on your hands, or it could be in reverse. People look at your hands, they're just like, whoa. But what they don't understand, you have so much light coming through your hands. What is it? Reiki. Some of you guys, without a doubt, you're meant to be a Reiki master. So I don't see you taking the traditional route when it pertains to your career. But I feel like that's what some of you guys, you're worrying yourself sick about that, because you really just want to be accepted by your family or your mom. But guess what? You're already on the right path. You have to retire, like I said, this idea of misbelief. Some of you guys, you're so shocked sometimes of the shit that you can do. You're just like, what the hell? How did I do that? But anyway, it's almost like what you touch. Scientists even could come of this. But whatever, medicine. You may make groundbreaking strides in the field of medicine, naturally speaking. Like you could, I'm not gonna, you know, you can do anything. You know, I know that sounded kind of cliche, but a lot of you here in group 3, you literally can do a whole bunch of stuff. Seriously. Gemini energy coming through. Like I said before, the Gemini, Mercury, the hands, the skin. I talked about it before. Dermatologists even are doing something that helps people when it comes to their skin. What is that? Esthetician. Either way, you're still using your hands. But back to my original point, some of you, well, I don't know, maybe even being, you know what is coming through? I feel like you had a past life as a wet nurse. If you don't know what that is, look it up. Okay? It's weird. Even it's almost like, because I feel like I see some of you guys like touching the back of a baby, and they're like calling you and just like, okay, we know who to call. Call so-and-so, and you come in and then it's like, boom. Like, what the hell did you do? I've been listening to this baby cry for 2 whole days, and you come pick up this baby and they're just like, they're at ease. And I feel like that's what it is. You know, even if you're mixing things together, making products, the energy that's coming off of your hands, it's almost like the Dragon Ball Z. Or it's like Avatar. Maybe you like the movie Avatar, but seriously, you're like an airbender. The shit that you can do with just these 2 hands is ridiculous. And I'm kind of jealous. Seriously. Because this is amazing. And that's why you were led to spirituality, because you're going to take the unbeaten path. And I see a lot of money coming out of this group. I'm not saying the other groups ain't going to have money, but you're going to have money, honey. Okay, just saying. This is really good. But anyway, so group 3, thank you so much for listening to this reading. I really hope it helped you in whatever way. Again, make sure that you like, share, and subscribe to my channel if you enjoyed this video. And I'll see you guys on Friday for your weekly horoscopes. See you later.